This week on Granite State Challenge, the Falcons of Bow High School take on the Clippers of Portsmouth High School. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on Granite State Challenge. We have an exciting semifinal match ready for you. The second semifinal match, and one of these two teams is going to punch their ticket to the championship game. Let's introduce them to you. First up, we have the Falcons of Bow High School.
My name is Justin, and I can vibrate my eyes.
I'm Madeline, and I'm left-handed.
What up, dudes? It's Colin, and I shred.
My name's Rachel, and I was born in California.
Excellent. The team alternates are Rory, Finn, Allie, and Kate. The team is coached by Michelle Lavaz, and they are the Falcons of Bow High School. And facing off against them are the Clippers of Portsmouth High School.
I'm Francis, and I like photography.
My name is Rio, and I'm junior, and I've never cheated on a test.
I'm Josie, and I'm a junior, and my favorite book is The Book Thief.
My name is Maddock, and my brothers wanted to name me Putt Putt.
All right, the alternates are Karina and Nick. The team is coached by Hannah Dool, and they are the Clippers of Portsmouth High School. Nice to meet you, teams, and we have one more introduction. Of course, that is our judge, Ann Belancher. All right, teams, introductions are out of the way. Go ahead and grab those signaling devices because it's time to play. In Granite State Challenge, we have 4 rounds, and in round 1, we have 10-point toss-up questions. Bo, Portsmouth, good luck. Here we go. In the United States, we have a legislature. In Canada, they have a parliament. Spell parliament. Francis of Portsmouth.
P-A-R-L-I-A-M-E-N-T.
Yes. Neil Young wrote the song Ohio about a 1970 shooting of 4 students by the National Guard at this university. Justin of Bow.
Kent State.
Yes. 2 U.S. vice presidents have resigned from office. John C. Calhoun in 1832 and this man in 1973. Francis of Portsmouth.
Spiro Agnew.
Correct. This 1982 war between the United Kingdom and Argentina lasted 10 weeks and was fought over British territories in the South Atlantic. Rachel of Bow.
Faroe Islands conflict?
Sorry, no. Francis of Portsmouth?
Falklands.
Yes,
War.
the Falkland Island War. Correct. Homer's epic poem, The Iliad, retells the events of the final few weeks of this war. Francis of Portsmouth.
Trojan War.
Correct. 78% of the Earth's atmosphere is made up of this chemical element, first isolated by Scottish physician Daniel Rutherford in 1772. Francis of Portsmouth?
Nitrogen.
Correct. This ancient Greek philosopher held that the greatest good could be achieved by seeking modest pleasure to reach a state of tranquility and freedom from fear, or ataraxia, and absence from bodily pain, or aponia. Rachel of Bow.
Plato?
Sorry, no. It was Epicurus. Epicurus. Teams, what German philosopher wrote, "God is dead, he remains dead, and we have killed him"? Maddock of Portsmouth.
Friedrich Nietzsche.
Correct. This 19th century English paleontologist did not get all the credit she deserved for her discoveries in her lifetime because she was a woman. She made one of her first discoveries, the fossil of an ichthyosaur, when she was 12 years old. Colin of Bow.
Smith.
Sorry, no. Her name was Mary Anning. This woman made her fortune developing and marketing a line of hair care and beauty products for black women. She is believed to be the first female self-made millionaire in the United States. Madeline of Bow.
Oprah.
Sorry, no. It is Madam C.J. Walker. An atom of this silvery gray, naturally occurring radioactive metal has 92 protons and 92 electrons. Rachel of Bow?
Mercury.
Sorry, no. Francis of Portsmouth?
Uranium.
That's the one. Most ballparks in Canada and the United States played this 1908 Tin Pan Alley song by Jack Norworth and Albert Von Tilzer during the 7th inning stretch. Justin of Bow.
Take me out to the ball game.
That's it. The title of this 1905 novel by British author Baroness Orczy is the alias of the protagonist, an Englishman who rescues aristocrats before they are sent to the guillotine in France during the Reign of Terror. That novel is The Scarlet Pimpernel. This actor plays John Bluto Blutarsky in the 1978 movie Animal House, which is loosely based on the college experiences of some of the writers, including writer Chris Miller's experiences at Dartmouth College in New Hampshire. And John Belushi was the one who played Bluto in that film. This actress holds the record for the most Best Actress Oscars with 4 awards. Her final Oscar was for her portrayal of Ethel Thayer in the 1981 movie On Golden Pond, which was filmed on Squam Lake in Holderness, New Hampshire. Colin of Bow?
Betty White.
Sorry, nope. It is Katharine Hepburn. All right, teams, this singer is sometimes called the Prince of Motown. He is known for hits like I Heard It Through the Grapevine, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You, and What's Going On. He was murdered by his father in 1984 at age 44. Francis of Portsmouth.
Marvin Gaye.
Correct. In Greek mythology, this Titan was condemned to hold up the sky for all eternity following the War of the Titans. Colin of Bow.
Atlas.
Yes. In Arthurian legend, this wizard serves as an advisor to King Arthur. Justin of Bow.
Merlin.
That's it. This part of the U.S. Capitol has been called the heart of the Capitol and is used for ceremonial events, including the lying in state of honored individuals. Francis of Portsmouth.
The Rotunda Room.
Yes. This legendary Boston Red Sox left fielder, known as the Splendid Splinter, finished his playing career with a .344 batting average. In 1941, he posted a .406 batting average and is, to date, the last MLB player to bat over 400 in a season. Francis of Portsmouth.
Ted Williams.
That's it. In 1910, President Taft signed the bill establishing Glacier National Park as the country's 10th national park. In which state will you find Glacier National Park? Josie of Portsmouth.
Montana.
That's it. All right, team, the next question is our Unitil Power question. It's worth 20 points, and it's coming to you on your monitors. Take a look.
This singer, known for songs like Papa's Got a Brand New Bag and Get Up Off of That Thing, is often referred to as the Godfather of Soul.
Gotta love James Brown. This New Hampshire native retired from the Navy in 1971 with the rank of Rear Admiral. He also walked on the moon. Francis of Portsmouth.
Alan Shepard.
That's it. You will find the Tennis Hall of Fame in this coastal Rhode Island town that was a favorite summer resort of the wealthy at the turn of the 20th century. Justin of Bow.
Providence.
Sorry, nope. Francis of Portsmouth.
Newport.
That's the one. What is the term for disliking or being prejudiced against people from other countries? Rachel of Bow.
Xenophobia.
That's it. Rapper Belcalis Marlenus Almanzar, better known by this name, was a cast member on the show Love and Hip Hop New York from 2015 to 2017. Francis of Portsmouth.
Cardi B.
That's it. Detroit rapper Kurt. We're gonna save that question for the next round. And after round 1, Portsmouth out to a lead by a score of 140 to 50. All right, teams, good job in round 1. We're going to continue in round 2 with our toss-up questions. We're going to double the point value, so we're playing for 20-point toss-up questions. Here we go. Detroit rapper Curtis Roach had a well-timed viral hit with this song that was perfectly suited for the COVID lockdown. The song was called Bored in the House. Teams, what is the square root of 121? Justin of Bow.
11.
That's it. Launched into low Earth orbit in 1990, this is not the first space telescope, but it is one of the largest and most productive. Francis of Portsmouth.
The Hubble.
That's it. In the opening line of an 1804 lyric poem inspired by a walk he took with his sister, poet William Wordsworth wrote that he wandered lonely as one of these. He wandered lonely as a cloud. These tiny organelles that release energy from food are often called the powerhouses of the cell. Justin of Bow.
Mitochondria.
That's it. What type of metals are found in the first column of the periodic table? Madeline of Bow.
Alkali metals.
That's it. Who was the lead singer of the girl group Destiny's Child? Colin of Bow.
Beyonce?
Yes. All right, teams, go ahead and take a look at your monitors. You are looking at the painting Christ Carrying the Cross by this Spanish Renaissance painter and sculptor Domenicos Theotokopoulos. You may know him by this name that literally translates as the Greek. Madeline of Bow.
El Greco.
Correct. This malleable metal with an atomic number of 79 is often used in jewelry. Colin of Bow.
Gold?
That's it. Both Julie Andrews and Emily Blunt have played this magical nanny created by author Pamela Lyndon Travers. Francis of Portsmouth.
Mary Poppins.
Correct. Teams, what do you call an accumulation of rocks and sediment deposited by a glacier? Francis of Portsmouth.
Conglomerate.
Sorry, nope. We were looking for either moraine or glacial till. In Norse mythology, what is the name given to the 12 handmaidens of Odin who chose the slain warriors worthy of going to Valhalla? Francis of Portsmouth.
Valkyries.
Correct. The 1994 NAFTA treaty created a trilateral trade bloc between these countries. Colin of Bow.
Canada, Mexico, United States.
Correct. Teams, in what part of the human body will you find the malleus, the incus, and the stapes? Madeline of Bow.
The ear.
That's it. Ella Fitzgerald is considered one of the greatest singers of this style of improvisational jazz singing. Colin of Bow.
Scat.
That's it. This children's novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett, was first published in 1911 and has been adapted for film, TV, and theater many times. Colin of Bow.
Curious George.
Sorry, nope. This is The Secret Garden. Sean Penn won an Oscar in 2009 for his portrayal of this politician, who was the first openly gay elected official in California. You're getting locked out there, Rachel, a little early on that. Was Harvey Milk. This theater in London was built in 1599 by the theater company Lord Chamberlain's Men. Colin of Bow.
The Globe.
That's it. Addis Ababa is the capital of this landlocked country in Eastern Africa. Francis of Portsmouth.
Ethiopia.
Yes. This comedy team, made up of Mo Howard, Larry Fine, Curly Howard, and Shemp Howard, made 190 short films between 1922 to 1970. Colin of Bow.
Three Stooges.
That's it. This fictional heavy metal band, Spinal Tap, sings a song about this prehistoric monument on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, in the 1984 mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap. Colin of Bo?
Stonehenge.
That's it. After he left the Beatles, this musician formed a band called Wings. Francis of Portsmouth?
Paul McCartney.
Yes. Teams, where is the Grand Teton National Park located? Didn't quite get to the end of that one before the end of round 2. And look at this, Bo coming back and now taking the lead by a score of 290 to 240. All right, great job, teams. We're going to move into round 3, which is our 3 strikes and you're out round. You guys know how this round goes. Each team gets a category, 10 questions. We go down the line, and each one of you gets a question. We'll give you 10 points for each correct response. We'll keep going until all are asked or until 3 strikes and you're out. And Portsmouth, as the team trailing, you get to go first. And Francis, as the team captain, you get to choose from these 3 categories: all the president's men and women, ABCs, and Wheels on the Bus.
I'll go with ABCs.
ABCs, okay. The answers to all of the following will start with a single letter that stands alone. Okay? Francis, public affairs cable network that airs commercial-free, single-camera coverage of government hearings.
C-SPAN.
Correct. Rio, landing at Normandy in World War II.
D-Day.
Correct. Josie, nickname for the singer and actor who starred in The Wedding Planner and dated Alex Rodriguez and Ben Affleck. It is J-Lo. Matic, bacteria that live in the intestines and is usually harmless. Sorry, it's E. coli. Francis, a genre of popular music from South Korea.
K-pop.
Correct. Rio, a large theropod with tiny, tiny arms and a huge head. It is the T-Rex. So that's 3 strikes and 3 correct responses. Okay, Bo, we turn to you, and Justin, as team captain, you can choose from either all the president's men and women or Wheels on the Bus.
Wheels on the Bus.
Wheels on the Bus it will be. The answers to all of the following will be related to buses. Okay? Justin, Miss Frizzle drives this bus.
The Magic School Bus.
Correct. Madeline, Sandra Bullock can't drive the bus in this movie over 55 miles per hour. Is the movie Speed. Colin, this seamstress and civil rights activist refused to give up her seat on the bus.
Rosa Parks.
Correct. Rachel, this is the type of bus you'll find in London.
A double-decker.
Correct. This sitcom musical family drove in a bus painted like a Mondrian canvas. Justin.
Mr. Yang.
Sorry, it's the Partridge Family. Madeline, what you might call it when you betray someone. You might throw them under the bus. And that's 3 strikes and 3 out of 10. All right, team, so the difference between the scores stays the same as we head into round 4. And in round 4, we pick back up with our 20-point toss-up questions, but we will be deducting 20 points for incorrect responses. So play smart and strategic. Bo and Portsmouth, good luck. Here we go. In computer science, what does the acronym CPU stand for? Josie of Portsmouth?
Computer processing unit.
Sorry, no. Bo? Colin?
Central Processing Unit.
That's the correct response. This proposed amendment to the U.S. Constitution promoting gender equality was approved by the U.S. House in 1971 and the U.S. Senate in 1972, but failed to be ratified by the 38 states needed for it to become an amendment. In case you are curious, New Hampshire was the second state to ratify it on March 23rd, 1972. Francis of Portsmouth?
Equal Rights Amendment.
That's it. In 1962, this man became the first black student admitted to the segregated University of Mississippi. Francis of Portsmouth?
Meredith.
James Meredith is correct. Named for a 19th century Scottish physicist, these equations lay out the fundamentals of electricity and magnetism. They are known as Maxwell's equations. Actress Anne Bancroft is famous for playing Mrs. Robinson in this 1967 film. It was The Graduate. This educator and civil rights activist was an advisor to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt and helped create the Federal Council on Colored Affairs, also known as the Black Cabinet. She was also the only African-American woman officially a part of the U.S. delegation that created the United Nations Charter. It is Mary McLeod Bethune. Loch Ness in Scotland has Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. This lake, found in Vermont, New York, and a bit of Quebec, has Champy. Francis of Portsmouth?
Lake Champlain.
That's it. This wealthy industrialist was also a well-known penny pincher, a character trait that was on display when he tried to negotiate ransom with the kidnappers of his 16-year-old grandson in 1973. His name is J. Paul Getty. This man was the King of Scots from 1306 to his death in 1329. He was portrayed by actor Angus MacFadyen in the 1995 movie Braveheart and by Chris Pine in the 2018 movie Outlaw. Colin of Bow?
William Wallace.
Sorry, no. It was Robert the Bruce. This man was the first United States ambassador to France and the first United States Postmaster General. Rio of Portsmouth.
Ben Franklin.
That's it. The Beatles formed in this English city in 1960. Francis of Portsmouth.
Liverpool.
That's it. Teams, how many provinces are there in Canada? Justin of Bow.
10.
Correct. This infectious disease, spread by infected fleas from small animals like rats, killed an estimated 50 million people in Asia, Europe, and Africa in the 14th century. Francis of Portsmouth.
The Black Plague.
Correct. The 1494 Treaty of Tordesillas ended the war between Spain and this country. Francis of Portsmouth.
The Dominican Republic.
Sorry, no. Colin of Bow.
Portugal.
That's it. In a 1969 televised speech, President Richard Nixon asked for the support of what he termed this group of Americans who were not a part of anti-war and other political protests. Colin of Bow.
Silent majority.
That's correct. This medical imaging technique uses a magnetic field and radio waves to create detailed images of organs, bones, and soft tissues. Colin of Bow.
MRI.
Yes. Less than 4 months into his term, this president was shot at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in Washington, D.C. He died 79 days later. Francis of Portsmouth.
Garfield.
Yes. What is it called when the word to is separated from its verb in a phrase? Like in the sentence, the teams wanted John to quickly finish this question so they could buzz in. Francis of Portsmouth.
Infinitive.
Not enough. I need a little more.
Infinitive phrase.
Sorry, no. Rachel of Bow.
A split infinitive?
Split infinitive is what we were going for. Teams, what is the name given to the primary ballerina in a ballet company? It is the prima ballerina. This Spanish explorer and conquistador who first traveled to the Americas with Christopher Columbus's second voyage was appointed first governor of Puerto Rico by the Spanish crown. Francis of Portsmouth.
Cortez.
Sorry, no. It was Ponce de Leon. Plants use this and light to make food. Francis of Portsmouth.
Photosynthesis.
Sorry, no. Colin of Bow.
I'm gonna have to say chlorophyll to that one.
You are correct. He built the labyrinth Okay, well, that sound ends the game, and it was a tight match, a well-played match, a back-and-forth match, but it is Bo moving on to the finals by a score of 440 to 310. Congratulations, Bo. We will see you next time when you take on the Tomahawks of Merrimack High School and Portsmouth. You guys had a great run, some well-fought and well-played games. We enjoyed having you. We hope you enjoyed being a part of this. And we hope you enjoyed it as well. We do hope you tune in next time for the Granite State Super Challenge Championship match. That'll do it for us for now. I hope you had fun. I did. I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. We'll see you next time.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you.